The movie Battledogs opens with a serene aerial view of New York City, contrasting sharply with the chaos that soon unfolds. Donna Voorhees, a wildlife photographer, returns to the city after an assignment in the wilderness. Unknown to her, she carries a dormant, lethal virus contracted during her travels. As she walks through the bustling JFK International Airport, she begins to feel a feverish sensation. Suddenly, in the midst of the crowded terminal, she undergoes a horrific transformation into a werewolf-like creature. Her bones contort, fur sprouts rapidly, and her face elongates into a wolfish snarl. Donna attacks everyone in sight, biting and scratching passengers in a feral rage. Her transformation causes widespread panic as passengers flee for their lives. The airport security team struggles to respond, and in the chaos, several people are infected through bites and scratches. The authorities manage to subdue Donna, but the infected individuals begin displaying symptoms within minutes, transforming into savage creatures themselves. The scene shifts to Major Brian Hoffman, a disciplined and empathetic military officer who is called in to assist with containment. His arrival at the airport highlights the severity of the situation. The infected are rounded up and transported to a high-security quarantine facility, but not before the virus spreads to other parts of the city. Enter Dr. Ellen Gordon, a brilliant scientist working for the CDC. She is summoned to analyze the virus and find a way to stop its spread. Upon examining Donna and other infected individuals, Dr. Gordon discovers that the virus behaves unlike any natural pathogen. It activates under stress, triggering rapid transformation into wolf-like beasts. The victims lose all sense of humanity during these episodes, driven only by primal instincts to attack and spread the virus further. The infected are transported to a secure military installation. However, General Munning, a high-ranking officer with a ruthless streak, takes over the operation. He imposes martial law in New York City, enforcing a citywide curfew and deploying armed forces to hunt down the infected. Munning is revealed to have ulterior motives. He sees the virus as a potential biological weapon that could give the military an unprecedented advantage in warfare. Munning's plans lead to friction with Major Hoffman, who opposes using the infected as weapons and prioritizes finding a cure. Hoffman's moral compass and loyalty to protecting innocent lives set him apart from Munning's cold pragmatism. As Dr. Gordon continues her research, she uncovers disturbing information. The virus is not a natural mutation, but a bioengineered weapon created in a secret lab. This revelation raises questions about who created the virus and why. Meanwhile, some of the infected begin to embrace their new abilities. Led by a charismatic individual who views the virus as an evolutionary step, they form a rogue faction. This group rejects containment efforts and begins to resist the military's operations, attacking quarantine zones and spreading the virus further. Donna, the original carrier, becomes a key figure. Despite her transformations, moments of humanity resurface. She builds a bond with Dr. Gordon, who sees her as the key to developing a cure. Donna's internal struggle between her human side and her monstrous instincts adds emotional depth to the story. As the virus spirals out of control, New York City is plunged into chaos. The infected rebellion grows, and their attacks on military checkpoints intensify. General Munning, desperate to maintain control, orders the deployment of heavy artillery and even considers bombing heavily infected areas, regardless of civilian casualties. In the midst of this, Drs. Gordon and Major Hoffman work tirelessly to develop a cure. Using Donna's unique blood, they discover a serum that can reverse the effects of the virus. However, deploying the cure becomes a logistical nightmare as the infected spread across multiple locations. The final act of the film is a heart-pounding showdown at a military base. The rogue faction of infected launches an all-out assault on the base, overwhelming its defenses. Major Hoffman takes charge, leading a small team to protect Dr. Gordon as she prepares the cure for mass distribution. Donna plays a pivotal role in the climax. Realizing the destruction caused by the virus she unknowingly brought to the city, she sacrifices herself to deliver the cure to the infected. In a moment of clarity, she injects herself with the serum and allows herself to be captured by the infected, spreading the cure through direct contact. The serum proves successful, reversing the transformations of the infected and restoring their humanity. The rebellion collapses, and the city begins to stabilize. With the crisis averted, General Munning is arrested and held accountable for his unethical actions, including his plans to weaponize the virus. Major Hoffman and Dr. Gordon reflect on the tragedy and the lives lost, vowing to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. The film ends on a bittersweet note. as the survivors rebuild their lives and the city slowly returns to normal. The narrative highlights themes of resilience, the dangers of unethical science, and the triumph of humanity over adversity.